yes, this cup of tea was made in this van. I can't even tell you or begin to tell you what a good feeling this is. It's been a long time coming, but let's back up a bit. So, earlier this week, I heard that Wayne wasn't coming on the weekend. And I feel like I have to explain this a little bit because poor Wayne has had eye operations, the retina's detaching from his eye and stuff like that. It's just horrendous things happening to him, and he's going to hospitals and appointments and surgeries and recoveries, and it's on and off and on and off. And unfortunately, oh God, poor MCE Hearts, or Anita and Wayne, as I know them better, had to keep cancelling customers, rearranging with customers, and because I'm in no hurry since I'm only doing this every Saturday, I said to them, look, you come here whenever you can fit me in. I'm not in a hurry. I don't have an end date. You don't have to be worrying about me as a customer. I will be here whenever you are. And they've been very apologetic. They really don't need to be. I mean, there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing they can help, you know. Anyways, coming back to the cuppa, long story short, he then said, well, I could come here on a Wednesday afternoon just for fitting a couple of things before I go back to surgery, and then we'll figure out what happens on the weekend. And I was just too busy with work. It just, in terms of the timings, the time they would have made, I would have been able to do this Wednesday afternoon if had it been earlier. But they came up, I want to say 4:30ish. But by that time I would have had to leave here again to get back to work, so that would have never happened. And but they know how to get to the key because Helen lives here, obviously, so they can ask for a key here. And so they both came and they fitted the cooker on Wednesday. They even sent me this video about it.
If you think you want me to take it out, I can take it out on Sunday, and we can leave it out for you to paint the worktop, whatever you want to do. But you can come past me, you can have your cup of coffee. Seeing the Germans drink coffee, they don't drink tea. Catch you soon.
Oh my word, I can't even tell you how much fun this was to get here earlier today. When I walked in and I saw the cooker, and yeah, it was just wonderful because it's like a milestone. I finally reached that milestone where I can have a cup of tea in the van. I don't need to ask for a cup of tea or for a drink. I have a bit of water in here. I have the cooker in here. Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful, and therefore at this moment in time I haven't even started working on anything. I'm literally sitting here enjoying a cup of tea in my van. So cheers to that. Right, first job for today is gonna have to be that door seal, because as much as it fitted last week, it was a real pain to shut the door, well, lock the door. Shut the door wasn't the problem, but locking the door, and I think it bulges out where the locking mechanism is, so I have to cut a little bit more out of that today, so that's gonna be the first job. Let's go. Alright, so what I don't quite understand is that the mechanism works as it did before. Well, exactly the same, in fact. But it doesn't go into its place properly. So that's a bit weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off and see where it should go without the seal. Yeah, let's try that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do every side separately and see where it doesn't, the door doesn't want to come in all the way. That's why the locking mechanism doesn't work. But I don't know where it's too fat. It shouldn't be too fat anywhere, to be fair, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. So anything up to the door just about closes it. Just needs to get over it, really. I think the door just needs to get the fuck over it. Okay. Let's try again. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to cut this off further. I don't see how I can do this much more without cutting all of it off. I don't know how I just did that. But before, when the seal went all the way around the door, where I had to cut it in the end to fit the door, there was a little gap. And now there isn't even a gap. I must have stretched it just by sheer bringing it around the door 1,500 times. Maybe now the door will even shut by cutting out all kind of, I don't know. I don't know. No. The door definitely doesn't want to shut. I don't know what to do. I take it off, it shuts. I put it on, it doesn't. It's the same rubber seal that was on there before, only newer, probably not as easily squished. Yeah, this might take me all day. So, turns out that I needed to cut off some more pieces from around the mechanism, the locking mechanism. I don't know why. The other one didn't need that. However, let me just show you. So it looks a little bit like there's now a gap from rubber to lock, from rubber to lock. Every time I closed it or wanted to lock it, the rubber pinged itself off. And when I then took it off a little bit more and locked the door, it worked. So I then thought, okay, that's probably the easiest way of doing this, but you know, hours later, I now cut more of the rubber off, and with a bit of persuasion, the lock actually works. Now I thought, since I'm working on this, I may as well put my Fiamma lock on the door, because I can. A little scared because I'm making holes again into the van, and I need to make sure there's plenty of mastic around the holes and stuff, but other than that, yeah, it's quite exciting. So I'm on it now, but it's about to start raining, I think, so let's see how far I get, and I might be pushed into the van any minute, so let's see how this goes. It's a little scary to make holes into the van, so I made the 4 holes for the plate. I'm almost sure I know what I'm doing. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Clearly 4 holes that lead to the outside, and also you can see here only if my rubber is kind of there will my door shut. So I will still kind of need to cut more of that stuff off, I guess. I need a thermal curtain for this door. Dodgy installation, alright? Because in the end it is now held in place with 3 screws. This is still very, very sturdy, but the 4th screw, it was just at a weird angle, and because of how the inside is built and stuff. Anyways, it's in, and I think I just managed in time, because as you can see the first drops of rain coming down. But let me just quickly show you how it works. Shut. Shut. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. When I come in, I just unlock, turn it to the other side, push it back in on this side, done. Obviously, open this door, and I'm in. And from the inside, I can't lock this lock from the inside, but I have an inside lock here on this door as well. Who would have thought it takes me all day to figure out this rubber seal? I'm still on it. I'll figure it out somehow. I'll spare you the endless time lapses of taking rubber seal off, putting it back on again. See you in a moment. Now that day was longer than it needed to be, but the rubber door seal, that was a saga and a half. And that lock, putting that Fiamma lock on, was a bit of trial and error there, and given that I had to make holes in the van, it was just, yeah, I wasn't super happy about it, let's put it that way. But it's in now, and it's as secure as it can be in terms of the door, and it's as water sealed as it can be in terms of the door. And then, because that took so long, I didn't get to the things that I really wanted to do, like planning that toilet seat and where it goes and how much wood I need and so on. I'll have to plan that some other day. So I thought I'd fill the rest of the hours that I'm here with little things like door handles and putting some doors back on. Either way, I kind of feel like I got a lot done. Even though it was like little bits and pieces and not a big job, or I didn't get on with anything big, which I have plenty of. I have plenty of big jobs left. And there will always be little things that I need to do. Like, for example, I need to do some touch-up painting where I handled the doors, touched the doors, attached handles to, and things like that. So there will always be things that need to be done. I wasn't going to open a paint tin for just that. Anyways, since it was kind of solitary today, celebrating my first cup of tea. Mind you, this is my second one. This one's more deserved than the first one. The first one was sheer happiness. This one is a reward, and it feels good. But all being well, Helen will be here next week. She's actually away for the weekend this week, and that means cake and tea. I think that sounds amazing, and we'll see how much work I get done on that weekend. Now, let me show you around before the light fades. So behind this mountain of silicone, that's how the Fiamma lock is held in place. Now, this cupboard's now more or less finished, unless we're talking this little contrast color bit that I have to do on the drawer and the door. I put some handles on. They look amazing. I quite like them. And also I actually screwed in, I can see that here, the attacher trash. So otherwise it would just play havoc with the paint. It would just, you know, peel it off and stuff. So there's my trash can. I have a lid for it too. Put the lid on. Close the door. Goodbye. The bottom there, underneath is where all the recycling is. So yay, that's all good. I started hanging up doors on the other side, realizing I still have to put the hessian fabric on the back of them. So I didn't hang up this one because it'll be so much easier to put the hessian fabric on the back of it when I can handle it better. However, it was such a pain to get these in and level that I'm just going to deal with it when they're on the cupboard. I don't think I need to mention this, but I will. My kitchen has a worktop. Not only that, it has a cooker and a sink. And I christened this wonderful pot list today. I also added all of the handles to the lower cabinets here for the kitchen. Again, contrast colour missing, but bar that, that is finished. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe to my videos and my channel, and it's always lovely to hear from you. I'm also part of this amazing Instagram van lifer, van builder community. And on that note, thank you again and have a good weekend, a good week. I'll see you next week again with more updates on what's going on in Goddess. Thanks everyone for joining in today, and see you next time. Bye bye.